Hey guys, welcome back to the episode. This is a continuation of our last episode, so if you haven't already, go back and check that one out, because otherwise this won't make any sense. Actually, probably won't make sense anyway. Enjoy! Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
I want to watch The Departed now.
Was that song in there?
No. But it's like Irish Boston Irish.
Barston.
Like that guy. There's a couple guys in there.
There's a lot of guys in that.
You're one in a million.
Which
Good song.
Which
one in 10 million.
brings
She's
me
one in a million.
to my next.
I was trying.
Thank
to
you.
get there.
I want to bring it back to the bare bones for you guys because we're all movie people here, right? All right. Bare bones, though. What would
Never
you
seen it.
define as art?
As art?
Art, yes.
Anything created.
Anything created to express a feeling inside of you.
It's something, just something where you're able to express yourself in some way, shape, or form.
I agree. Something that's
I think all of you did because you all went.
expression or an application of a creative skill and imagination, typically in like a
Webster
visual.
says.
Yeah, well, we didn't get a dictionary, you
Yeah.
fuckface.
Well, I'm
Webster
telling
didn't
you.
help us out, you stupid buck.
Producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional value. So something that can be more like thematic or something that's more, it doesn't even have to be. Like some people consider taping a banana to a wall as art. It's like there is
And they're the ones
expressive
that
art.
make the money.
I went to an art exhibit once, and there was a blue room full of frozen dildos,
Wow, that's a lot of dicks.
like just ice cocks.
That was
And that
Jeremy's
was
room.
art.
It happens.
And it was
wintertime.
It was in college. They bought a house, and each room in the house was an art installation.
Right.
And the kitchen was just everything was painted blue, and there was a bunch of frozen dicks everywhere. And they were melting, and there was melting, but I didn't know the significance of the melting dicks. But it turns out it was just because it was hot.
Not stupid, mind, but simple. Very, very simple.
But with art itself, like I feel like it's how you visualize certain things. It's how
Right.
you see things or feel things. And it's like when you put it down on paper or clay or paint or whatever medium you want to
Sculpt it
use. Yeah.
out of
Scones.
ice.
Oh my.
Put it on film.
Art is not taking pictures of yourself naked in the mirror and selling them.
Yes, it is.
It is.
No.
You're just
just
you're just jealous because you haven't tried it yet.
yes.
I've tried it. Nobody
It's
wants
like-
my pit naked pictures.
You disgust me.
I mean, like, it is art.
Are you
I will give them that, but I would not say it's like,
Art the Clown.
what do you want to say, good? I mean, it's good, but it's not. There's something else
tasteful.
there.
not if they're taking. If like a photographer takes pictures of it and it's edited and stuff, then that's art.
What
but
if-
when it's just like
What if Leonardo
Turn it
DiCaprio
black and
draws
white.
it like a French woman?
I think that's art.
then sure, yeah, that's art.
It's hot
Draw me like one of your French girls.
with the hairy armpits.
I love Kate Winslet's boobs. Anyways,
Dude, she's like normal person hot. You know how like all these celebs are like celeb hot, but it's like Kate Winslet is like normal people hot.
yeah.
Boobs. Okay.
And her accent. Oh my
What defines art to you?
Draw me like one of your French
What is that?
Lonnie drew me like one of his French girls.
Nice. Look at that stick.
That's accurate.
Give you a 7. Anyways, but like, I don't think it should be when somebody else tries to, what do you want to say,
That wasn't me this time.
Shut that shit off.
fine tune what you think or what your art is. It's like every now and then somebody will come in and try to take over what you started, or I don't know. I think it kind of degrades what the actual art was, what the original piece or the original vision was. And that happens a lot. And I want to
Especially
talk
in
about
film.
Yes. So I want to bring this more into movies again. Movies. So I have 2 questions for you guys, and I want you guys to try to answer this as
Sexually.
yes as you can. No, as Irish. No. 2 questions.
Irish as you can.
What makes a good movie for your standards, and what do you enjoy about film in particular?
I'll
John.
go. Yeah, I was like, so to the second, I'll do the second one first. Re-ask me it.
What makes a good movie, and what do you enjoy about film in particular?
So what I enjoy about film in particular is most times when I go to the cinema, especially, I get taken into a universe away from my own. I forget about everything that's going on around me. I forget about the shitty things I just went through at work or at home or whatever. And I just focus for, an hour and a half to 3 hours, Oppenheimer, of this world that is built for me to enjoy. And what was the first part of the question, too?
What makes for a good movie?
What makes for a good movie is something that can obviously keep your interest. And I think, like when we did my movie review for the This Is Where I Leave You, I think that certain elements of that hit more personal to me, like the way they would act or whatever. I need something to be funny. I need something to be serious when it needs to be serious. I don't know. That's like a loaded question. Like I thought about that question all day when you texted it to us. I knew the second part for sure, but I don't know. It's different things that make different movies, different stories, the way certain stories are told, the way it's
feel like
brought to life, like visually. Does that make sense to anybody? Or
It does. Yeah. I feel like what you're also saying is something similar to how I might think it too. Like, because I've always said, and I think you've agreed many times, is like I'm a very situational person. Whatever mode I am at one time, ingesting some form of art, like a movie or something, is like, holy fuck. I mean, that's what I feel right now. I mean, like,
right.
Like I am. I'm there.
Songs do that a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
you can hear a
absolutely.
song at a certain point in your life, and you're just like that. I feel like that person's literally talking to me.
Right.
That happened to the people next to me at the Disturbed concert. They were literally crying. It was nice.
For me, movies, books, writing, music, pictures, art, it's all so subjective.
Yeah.
I think every single one of us in this room could watch something and glean something different from it. And that's what I love about movies. Like, we can all watch a 5-minute short of something and it could all mean something different to us. Like, it's such an easy medium to get lost in and glean whatever you want and or need out of it. Like, if you need to lose yourself like John does in it, you can. If you need to take something from it, like certain religions do from certain books, you can. If you need to read something to hate, you can hate from it. If you need to read something to love, you can love from it. Same thing with watching. You can watch, you can do that. What was the second part of the question?
What do you enjoy about film in particular?
The fact that, well, I guess the first and second question kind of go hand in hand, really.
It's like, what makes for something that's good for your liking, and what do you enjoy about it?
Right.
Yeah, I guess it does.
It's really, one and the same. And yeah, like John said, really getting lost in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few things other than film, literature, that you can lose yourself completely in it and be okay with doing so. Where you can sit for 3 hours and watch something and not feel like a piece of shit doing it.
Right.
Like, you can go to the park and lose yourself for 3 hours staring at a tree and be called a drug addict.
This is
Could
true.
be a crackhead.
Who that crackhead in that tree?
Jeremy?
So the first question was, what makes a good movie?
Who is your daddy,
Or
and what
makes for a
does
good-
he do?
To me, what makes for a good movie is a simple plot. I don't like the complicated, convoluted. John's throwing a cheese ball. But I don't like the movies that are like that make you have to think really hard and whatnot. So it's like I like simple plots, but how they get from point A to point B. Like I always say, Unemployed is such a simple plot. A bunch of guys owe money that have never worked a day in their life, and now they have to work to make a lot of money. It's a simple plot, easy to follow, but the things that we do to get from point A to point B makes it entertaining to me, which goes into the second question is just like, which is rephrase the second question again, because they're both very similar questions.
What do you enjoy about film itself in particular? Not necessarily a movie itself, but film.
I just enjoy, as somebody that's made films, short films and feature films, I enjoy sitting there and not necessarily looking at the story of the film, but just like when a shot happens in my mind, I'm picturing if there was a camera behind the camera showing how they got that shot, and just the how they do things like that. That's what makes it fun for me, which also is a curse because it takes me out of the story of the movie, which is why I probably give harsh ratings on movies because a lot of times I'm so concentrated more on like, how the fuck did they do that shot that I'm missing what's happening or whatever.
That's why your notes are like 4 things.
Yes. Okay. Exactly.
That's
now
what-
you know.
I did that on your trailer, which, by the way, pimp that out real quick.
Oh yeah, we dropped a couple days ago the Mystery of the Manor trailer, which is coming out in spring of 2024. That's the feature film wrote and directed that we all had a part in creating. If you go to the Shorty Films YouTube channel, you can find it on there.
Hey, oh yeah.
Any door that opened was John.
I know that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. I was like watching the trailer with all of us at breakfast at our hotel in Denver, and I'm like, I was right there. I was right there. I was like, I know how we did that. Oh, that was me. Oh, because like when the hair or the wind blows her hair, and so I'm like, I know where all this stuff is.
Somebody at my work was like, that part in particular. That's actually I found the song that I wanted to use for this trailer, and that was the very first clip I put in there. Was that her hair going, because it was at the point in the song where it was just like silence. And I found this clip online of a guy that just was in his basement and recorded himself going, and I thought it sounded cool. But somebody that I worked with is just like, how the fuck did you get her hair to do that with string and stuff? And it's like, I didn't tell him because like, it's movie magic.
Justin's already ruined it by telling him it was me opening doors.
Trained her hair though.
Yeah,
she has
did.
really good hair instincts.
She went to hair school for
Juilliard
3 years.
Hair
You can see
instincts. That's a new one.
natural and equal bounce and shine.
Facts.
So what about you, Justin?
There's 2 questions.
Yeah, I didn't mean to derail us there, but
What makes for a good movie?
Motherfucker.
that was not me this time.
That was Cairo.
Did he watch my video?
Holla back. Cairo.
Yeah, I can't forget about BPT, man. Them motherfuckers, I love them brothers, man. Love them motherfuckers.
I'm trying to get caught up on their episode.
Hey, I've been listening, man. Just in case you motherfuckers think I ain't listening. I've been listening. Yeah.
I'll have to check that one later. Thanks. What makes for a good movie? Definitely storytelling. Definitely good acting.
I haven't seen that.
There's, and also what do I enjoy about it in particular? I think
You
I'm
good
going to
over
bounce
there,
around.
Lonnie?
I'm going to stop moving it.
Stop moving it.
Lonnie's literally like paralyzed in a coma at this point.
There we go. Perfect.
This is what it would look like if Christopher Reeves was.
Oh my God, that's too soon.
Good actor. Yeah.
Never seen someone
Good friends
play
with Robin
paralyzed
Williams
so
as
well.
well.
Currently?
Yep.
Oh.
That was too soon.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That was rude.
I'm
We're
sorry.
just making sure we all get good seats when we get there.
So what else? Setting visuals along with like the scoring, the sound, all that. It helps bring a sense and like realism. I enjoy like the escapism, kind of how John was saying. It's like you can just go in and let go and just like let it consume your life for however long it takes. It's like, whether it be a short film or a 3-hour movie.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm not
It needs to be like
anything that day.
it needs to be thematic or topical, have like certain ideas or issues, like kind of like the hero's journey or something like that, a rise and fall of events, a climax,
Asian people.
Asian people, martial arts. Martial art is an art.
People.
Art's in the name.
They were Asian.
What is happening to Lonnie over there? The best part is he's just staring at the ceiling like he really is
And
paralyzed.
the best part from Justin's vantage point, he can't see shit.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, that's true.
It's like Lonnie's not here.
What else? So it has
He's on
to
the phone.
pull some sort of emotion out of the viewer, even if
Yes.
it's like confusion, like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I do like simple movies. I also like movies that I can't figure out, because as much as I also like to think about how the movie was made, it's like, oh shit, that scene looks like it probably was really fun on set that day. It's like everybody is on their cues and everything. It's like, I don't know. I would love to be a fly in the room upon that. And it also gives me that second chance to go back and watch it for what the story was. It's like I can fit that in there and I can also take it out. And it's like, what's inside here?
Justin,
Good sir.
can I break something to you?
My balls are showing?
The way you watch movies and the way you take notes on movies and the way we hear you talk about movies, you have no fucking idea how to watch a movie.
Yeah. I put the batteries in and I let it go. Wind it up.
Wind it up, let it go.
Yeah.
You're watching the wrong parts of movies.
Don't
buddy.
hex me.
I get it. Like you said, though.
Don't
like,
hex me, bro.
I love complicated movies, like some that make you think, like
Right.
Inception,
Yeah,
and then I
very
also will
intelligent.
dive into the fucking Fast and the Furious franchise. I fucking love every
Which
second
they
of
dropped
it.
the ball on that. They missed a really good. It's the Fast X.
Not going to space is very
Fast
frustrating.
X. Shouldn't it be like Fast 10 your seatbelts? I mean, like they missed out on something.
Oh God, we lost. Only dogs can hear him now. Fast 10 your seatbelt.
Why didn't they use that?
Where's the cyanide? Just fucking kill me now.
Lonnie's like getting a CAT scan.
Let me continue. Pretty much the chemistry between the actors, or how the characters are, or how they react with each other. I think that art imitates.
So stupid. Fast. I'm fucking.
They can't bring it back. They can't put the toothpaste back into the. But yeah, no, art imitates life and vice versa. It's like I take inspiration from certain things. It's like, fuck, man, like that's what I want to do. God dang it.
You know what else you should do? Turn your fucking notification sound down.
He can't.
I can't.
I have that chat on silent.
Why
How about I
he's-
just turn that off? There we go.
While he's doing that update on the length of Justin's shorts, I can now see hair from his nut sacks.
I nared.
You pulling him down. You turned him into a fucking capris now.
We're still under some hot temperatures today. So if you're grabbing that cone, here's a look at your melting forecast. Eat it fast.
Okay.
That's not from his ball sack or his asshole. That's all taint hair.
Well,
But yeah, they also movies. We're having two conversations here. Movies kind of also inspired me to do something else, like film wise. It's like, fuck, I can do porn. I want to do. Yes. So we are all storytellers, and I think as people, we're storytellers. If you go back in time and you see like back in like the cave days, they would gather around and make entertainment out of stories or recite each other's dreams and stuff to each other. And it's like, that was their form of entertainment back then. It's like, I think we have not tapped into a lot of that as a wider culture. There are a select few people who are in the industry who are natural creators, or people who, I mean, you don't even have to be natural. You can just practice and get better and harness your craft and stuff like that. But now with technology and innovations and all this, it's like we have access to things and we can go out and make what's in our mind or what's in our heart and put it on a screen and at least share it to somebody. But yeah. Do you guys know what the Oscars are? Of course you do.
Yes.
From The Office.
Sesame Street.
Yes.
Oscar Martinez.
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the bitch.
Oscar De La Hoya.
They're an event where Will
Oscar
Smith
Mayer.
smacks the shit out of people.
Technically, Oscars, they're
My
defined as
wife's name.
golden
out your
statuettes.
fucking
At your
mouth.
fucking mouth.
it's given
so
an
my
Academy
favorite.
Award. The Academy Awards. Those are what I'm trying to talk about. Also known as the Oscars. They're awards for artistic and technical merit for the film industry. They're presented annually by the Academy of Motion
And
Picture
political.
Arts and Sciences, or AMPAS. You watching the AMPAS?
I take it that was a no.
Anyways, so they recognize the excellence in cinematic achievements and assessed by the Academy's voting membership. So they have elected, what is it, like 48? I forget exactly what. I have it in my notes here somewhere, which I'll correct myself later down the road. But when they vote on it, you can only vote on the area in which you are part of. So like if you're a director and you submitted something, you can only vote in the director category. So it kind of is fair, but it also is not fair.
Oscars are not fair at all.
I've kind of checked out of the Oscars like a long time ago. There was a time, like maybe back in the 90s, where I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, like, yes, it does expose you to good film, good art or whatever.
Sometimes.
But, yeah, sometimes. I mean, like, a lot of the stuff that the majority of people are calling popular, and a lot of this is also because of names and stuff. So it's like you have to be, it's very secretive, like not necessarily secretive, but as far as like the membership, you have to be invited into it, and it kind of
exclusive.
Yeah, there's a society in a way that it's not for when it comes to like critics and stuff like that. It's like I never really trust a lot of the critics too, because some people who crap on things, which I mean, every single movie we always have like a favorite, least favorite. So it's like I can't see how certain people didn't see the genius in something. It's like, well, it's fucking right there. What do you mean it didn't have a plot? That is the plot. It's just as a plot that you didn't care for. It's still art. It's like there's country music and then there's good music, but country music is still art, right?
It is.
Right. But it's like it's selling, it's coming off the shelves and stuff like that, and high amounts and stuff. So it's still it is technically good art because people are buying it, but it's just not, again, it's subjective. It's not everybody's taste.
Well, what else are you supposed to fuck your cousin to?
He makes a good point.
You have a point.
Not sure what it is, but you got one.
Why are you gay?
I didn't say which cousin.
I got a girl cousin.
Brian's gonna
If
hate
you dress-
that because he had to hear that for like 3 straight days.
You dress Rodney up
and now
just
he's got
right.
that on the podcast.
If you dress Rodney up just right, he can look like a lady.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Get yourself a pack of cousin rubbers.
All right,
Anyways.
back on track.
Back on track. How are movies nominated for an Oscar? Do you guys know the process?
The studio submits an application credit or something like that.
Yes. There's voting for nominations begin in late December, and all the votes are tallied by PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, as
Sound trusted.
not WPC, William Patrick Corgan, totally different person, also known as Billy Corgan, the lead singer. I'm going to tell you how this leads into. I'm not going to go that way. Anyways,
Who wrote the song "Follow" by Breaking Benjamin? Who performed that? The second song.
he was there.
Anyway,
Is the Oscars where there's a committee of voters, or is that?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the Academy Awards or not.
So
he
the
did
nominees,
explain it when you were in your what is nah, fuck
pretty
it
much
up.
the
Cat scan.
yeah,
no-
CAT
yeah.
scan, that's what it
the
says.
nominees of each category are voted by the people who are members of those
And
specific
he believes
branches.
it's 48.
Yes, and it might be not. So, how do you become a member to sit on the board of AMP-ASS, Academy of Motion Picture and Art Science? It's, again, invitation only. It comes from the Board of Governors, which I was kind of like looking into this, and it doesn't really say too much because I think politics has invaded the Oscars.
Are you doing Disturbed? Are they like,
To qualify for membership, you must be a film artist or a craftsperson working in one or more of the arts forms.
Like craft services?
Just something like
Mac and cheese?
like a producer, a director, a cinematographer, something like that.
Oh.
But I mean, like,
So like no grips or
yeah, I don't think there's a category to rate the craft service table.
damn.
That movie has the best craft service table. I've want to work a set like that. So the board of governors who invite or elect members are made up of 54 members, not 48. So close. Like Whoopi Goldberg does the actors. Fucking Jew.
What do I do?
But yeah, the members are elected for 3-year terms and can serve up to 2 consecutive terms, so a total of 6, obviously.
So it's like a president.
Yes. When it comes
That should
to
be shorter.
Tracy Morgan's on it too.
No, I'm not.
That's right. That's right, Tracy Morgan.
But quit that
Get out of here, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Chris Rock.
Wait, didn't you say?
Keep your wife's name out my fucking mouth. Or your fucking.
Sorry, Chris Tucker. Thank you. We're 2
Mother
different
Tucker?
people. I'm not Chris Rock. That's Chris Rock. But yeah, no, I think I'm a.
I don't even. That was my attempt at a Chris Rock.
That Chris Rock or Elmo.
How do you even do that?
As
I have
we
to
know,
hear it.
my average vote is usually higher
episode,
than
I'll be back.
most of you guys.
You don't say.
I did say.
don't
I
say.
You gave
just said.
two-
Tune
9,
into episode 33 of our movie review.
And 32 and
I
31.
voted
probably.
No,
higher.
32 is mine. I
It's
had
like-
the highest rating there.
But we
Possibly.
expect
But I
that for
average.
this type of movie.
I average the highest because I pretty much like everything. I can find something good in some. I'm a very positive person. You guys are not positive people, especially this motherfucker. I'm
You only
putting
gave
to
my
Jeremy.
movie a 7.5, and we gave it an 8.5 and a 10.
Lonnie's trying to hex me right now.
What's the good thing? What's the good thing you can find out of the movie Reflections? Reflections.
The idea was really cool.
It was.
There it is. And I stabbed a wall accidentally.
You really fucked up somebody's carpet.
Yeah.
Carpet.
Carpet.
Told you he's drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm high. There's a difference.
But yeah, no, I don't consider myself the general viewer. And I can see like what a writer is trying to portray or something like that, or how an actor is trying to convey, or how something is trying to stray. I don't know. Let's not do that. But like, I mean, even if they missed the mark, even if they missed the mark, I'm like, well, that was actually like, it's a good attempt. But I know a lot of people, I know present company included, it's like when they watch something, they'll probably think of something else. It's like, well, this movie did it better, or this person played that same character better.
It happens when you see a lot of movies, though.
Obviously, Robert Englund was not as good as...
Just stop that sentence right now before I flip this table.
But yeah, no, politics, they can be placed under the arts, but it's a huge gray area that can sway things, especially when movies touch on social issues, the certain political leanings. I don't know. And I feel like there's a lot of movies these days that are just trying to input a lot of like woke culture. And I think the woke culture is kind of like sullying down everything. It's just kind of like waters it. It's like, this isn't art anymore. It's like when you're trying to check a box to try to make it fit so many things, you remove the art from it, and now it's more of like a guideline. It's like, that's not art. It's not expressive. It's more a quota now.
That's why I'm taking the term gay back.
Like G-H-E-Y, gay?
Gay.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You are gay.
Gay. Tracy said gay in the car the other day.
Why are you gay?
And it broke me. Like, I don't know why. I've never heard her say gay before.
That's interesting.
And it broke me. We were just driving, and she goes, "Man, that truck's gay," and I fucking lost it. And I was like, my brain reset. And I was like, "What? Like, aren't you a feminist? You're not allowed to say that."
That doesn't have anything to do with feminism.
I want to hear Tracy say "fuck."
Oh, just hang out with her for like 10 minutes.
Oh.
There's a girl at work I'm trying to get to say fuck.
She knows how to press the mute button when she's taking calls, huh? It's like, you fucking have to. Yeah. Anyways, again, going back to the politics when it comes to the art, it gets into the media, and media is supposed to drive like the masses. Like, it tries to tweak the minds and make something more, or try to normalize something. I can't stand that whole, like, we need to normalize this. It's like, that is normal. We need to normalize. It is normal. You're making more of a contention with this would-be, I guess, problem. It's not, though.
What is normal these days, though?
Anything is normal, I guess. But it's not. But when everything is normal, nothing's normal. They're trying to make things inclusive. They inclusively make things exclusive, though. So it's like you're trying to say everything needs to be in here, but this. It's like, okay, now you just excluded
But the good part, the art part that came from your brain.
So recently, there's been updates to the standards on the Best Picture category, and I had you guys pick out some movies, and we will go over those briefly. Do you think, after my whole rant here, do you think restrictions kind of make art better?
They make it more sterilized.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a tough question to answer.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, it depends. Like, you know, for instance, you know, I could write a script that's like awesome, but if the restriction is we don't have money to make it happen, sometimes you get more creative when you don't have everything handed to you.
Not as far as restrictions, as far as like resources, but when somebody else is trying to tell you what you need to do with your art.
And what
like
was
a
the question?
studio interference in a movie or something.
Does that affect? What was
do you
the
think
does
it
it
makes
affect
it better?
the art?
Fuck no, it doesn't. It makes it worse because the company that's telling you how to run your vision or whatever, they're not doing it for the sake of the art. They're doing it for the sake of saving money.
I'm going to respond to that question by saying one movie, The Justice League. Look at the studio interference and the restrictions and what came out, and then they put out the one without restrictions, and it was 30 times differently.
The Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut, correct.
Look at movies like Forrest Gump. If Forrest Gump was released today, it would be like a 3 on a scale of 10. Like, they would not be able to release a quarter of that movie because it would be seen as so offensive today.
Yeah.
But when it was released in 95 or whatever, they were allowed to push that boundary, and it was seen as such a great movie because people weren't as sterilized and as scared to take those steps as they are now.
I also I liken this to like the concept of relationships too. It's like when you have a relationship and you're with another person, you can intimately express yourself consensually with somebody else. It's like that is your relationship. And if somebody else tries to come by and
you gay?
tell you that you can't love another person because of the sort of orientation or who you are to them or them to you, etc. It's like you can't adhere to like what they, how do I want to say this? I mean, being somebody of, if they're gay, you should be able to love who you want because you're not necessarily hurting anybody else. This is your, relationships in itself are a form of art too. It's like when I say I love this person, it's like I've never loved anybody like this and I've never loved anybody like this. These are expressions from myself to somebody else. And it's like trying to capture that into a story that kind of produces the art, but the concept or intimacy or whatever chemicals we have between us is art itself. It's like they don't all form the same. It's like how you feel or what you've matured from this relationship and what you put into this are two different things. You can see that as art itself. It's kind of like movies too. It's like what you learn from some other movie and what you put into the next one. It's like, this is going to be so much better. And, diversity does not automatically mean better. And as much as the woke culture tries to persuade it, it's like, it's frustrating. So when you try to please everyone, you please no one. When it comes to a social checkbox, what you're blurring here is what you're blurring here is if you as a
stroke. Get it out.
That's his third stroke tonight.
I know. I'm surprised he hasn't came yet.
Oh, he has.
Oh, I see what I'm trying to say here. It's like when you're a social checkbox or something like that. And it's like people are saying you have to meet this quota. It's like you need to have like a black person or an Asian person or whatever. It's like, why? Like the story doesn't necessarily call for that. Like Braveheart has all these people. Like this is a timepiece. This kind of disqualifies a lot of movies because of, the biopics, all that. It's like, and then if you do add somebody of a certain race, color, gender, creed, etc., it's like, are they there because they're good, or are they there because they're a checkbox? Yeah. That's a totally different dog right there.
I felt that when I watched The Little Mermaid.
Right.
Like Eric, the main prince, is adopted by black parent. Like, does that fit the story, or were they the best actors? Quota. Or yeah, exactly. And it's Disney, so I'm guessing the latter.
Right. There's something that I think a lot of people's standards kind of raise the more they ingest a little bit more movies. Is like, I know, I feel like Jeremy does this. It's like, I think that's one of the reasons why he's very strict with how he rates certain things. It's like, yes, he starts everything down the middle, probably depending on what sort of factor he is. He might lean more way or the other. It's like, this is already starting off bad. It's like, just wait. It's like in music, wait for the crescendo and then see what happens. But everybody has like certain expectations. And I think the more you see something done, it's like it becomes its trope. And then I think it blunts. It's like, I need something bigger. I need something go harder. It's like, I don't ingest movies that way. I usually take them in for what that piece does. It's like, it was like this, but this was really cool. And I think that's kind of why I love everything in a sense. But I love you guys.
Fucking hippie.
You can only love a black person and an Asian person. You can't love another white person.
Nope. Too many white people you love.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You got to pick your favorite whitey.
So, Lonnie doesn't count because he's Jewish.
Yeah.
He's a minority.
Jewish? I thought he was Irish.
Both?
No,
Irish Jew.
I just pretend to be Irish.
So
That's
recently,
a line in The Departed too. It's like, you're an Irish Jew from Suffolk. You're already fucked.
Recently, the Oscars made changes to their entry submissions to meet an inclusion or diversity standard. So if they don't meet the standard, they will not be eligible for the Best Picture category.
Which is dumb.
So there's 4 standards that you have to make. And then reading through this, they make it sound like, oh, it's just this. You have to pick 2 out of 4 of these. And
I like how, what was it? I can't remember the year, but like all those black celebrities protested the Oscars by not going, and it was like people like Snoop Dogg and shit. I'm like, you fucking weren't invited anyway.
Oh my God, Chris Tucker wasn't invited to the Oscars.
Why invited to the Oscars?
It's like, that's what I don't get about this. It's like people are trying to make a big deal about the Oscars. It's like, let them do what they want to do, and you guys do what you want to do here, and you guys over here do what you want to do. It's like, I have certain friends who do love to play the victim card. It's like there's a few in particular who are of the Asian community. I'm like, dude, the Asian community is
You know
awesome.
Asians?
I know lots of them. I made partial ones.
Do they make good General Tso chicken?
I do not think so.
That was racist.
I need a place that has good stuff. I'm just trying to get my
peanut butter chicken.
Peanut butter chicken? What are you, 11?
I haven't had that in a while.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna go over all this. A lot of this,
like orange chicken too.
I do love orange chicken. Fuck you.
A lot of this repeats the same stuff over and over.
I like General Tso too.
Listen up. So there's 4 main standards you have to pick you have to hit to be selected for eligibility for Best Picture. So,
And when were these rules put in place?
Being white and having a
they
good
were
movie.
recently just put in place, and they will not affect this year's, but next year's, the 96 Oscars 2024. So a film must meet 2 of the 4 of the following standards to be deemed eligible. Standard A, on-screen representation, themes, and narratives. So to achieve Standard A, the film must meet 1 of the following criteria. So A1, lead or significant supporting actor. At least one of the lead actors and significant supporting actor is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group: Asian, Hispanic, Black, Indigenous, Middle Eastern, Native Hawaiian, others. So A2, general ensemble cast. At least 30% of all actors in secondary and minor roles are from at least 2 of the following underrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical abilities who are deaf or hard of hearing. And then the third one, A3, main storyline subject matter. The main storyline theme of the narrative of the film is centered on an underrepresented group: women, racial, ethnic, same thing. This is pretty much for the people who are on screen. The second, Standard B, the creative leadership, pretty much the same stuff, but it only deals with at least 2 of the following creative leadership positions, like the casting director, the cinematographer, the composer, costume designer. All these different positions need to fit a lot of the same stuff I just talked to. They need to be like a woman, somebody who is disabled, black, white, sorry, not white, black, Asian, Hispanic, etc. Standard C. Standard C, industry access and opportunities. This one, I feel I'm not entirely understanding what this one is. So I think it's just the people who are paid, the internship, the opportunities, pretty much the same stuff. The people who have something to do with it, maybe distributed it or so. They have to also fit the same stuff. Standard D, audience development. And I think this is also very similar. I'm not going to focus on B, C, or D. We're going to talk briefly about our movies that we selected. We each selected 3 movies. Well, 5. 3 we're going to talk about. And I think some of them are about the same. So in order of year, these are the movies, the best pictures of the year. So 1973, The Godfather. Jeremy and myself.
I wonder who picked that.
I picked it. Jeremy was like okay with it. I guess.
Because I'd picked out 2.
Titanic?
And then he said... And then he said I didn't pick out 3 more, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't seen like a good percentage of these, and ones I did see, I wasn't that impressed with. So he's like, you like Godfather. I'm going to put you down for Godfather. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I did threaten to break his knees, so there might have been some sort of sweat.
It's fine. I'm just giving you shit.
Yes.
You didn't have to defend yourself.
1976.
I just think that movie's boring.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jeremy
that?
and Lonnie both picked that one.
What's that
1977, Rocky. Lonnie picked that one. 1991, Dances with Wolves. I picked that one. 1992, Silence of the Lambs. Lonnie. 95, Forrest Gump. Jeremy. 2001, Gladiator. Myself. The Departed. 2007, John. 2014, 12 Years a Slave. John. 2015, Birdman. John. 2018, Shape of Water. John and Lonnie both kind of picked that one.
Yeah.
1998, Titanic. Jeremy. Which I also kind of have like a story about that. I remember one of the very first times I watched that wasn't in theater. I was with my girlfriend at the time who was deaf. So we were at her place and she had like this small TV. And I mean, with the VCR, I guess I watched it in the standard that I needed to watch it because somebody deaf was with me, right? But like the closed captions kind of took up the majority of the screen. Yeah. So after like 20 minutes, I went over and flipped it off. And she got pissed off because she couldn't read. I'm like, you can fucking read lips. I can't see the screen.
Is this a real story?
No.
It is.
She's like, "Gah."
Yeah.
Oh my God. You need a fucking time out.
No.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
I guess that one wasn't.
You need a fucking time out.
Did you get any that night?
Jesus Christ. No. He got a hand job.
Her mom was right there. I was like, what did you just spell on my junk?
Did you just curse me?
Spell my name.
Oh my God.
Spell my name.
Sign my name. Okay.
Oh my God. This is why we are canceled.
How did you sign
Wait,
that?
how is it that I'm canceled? I gave my heart to a deaf chick.
How did you let her know?
She cheated on me like with 3 other, well, actually it was like 5. 3 people the first time, 5 people the second time.
Wait, at the same time?
I don't know.
She sounds like a...
You dated Heather too? Oh.
So, how did you let her know that the gook was coming? She couldn't hear.
She can read lips.
This motion.
We're fucking canceled. I don't
Part
know.
of this has to be cut.
He doesn't say the gook is coming. He apologizes.
Not fucking leaving it.
Taps her on the shoulder and is like, sorry?
I make a
I think the hand job joke was pretty funny though.
Yeah, leave that. Leave that.
Yeah, leave that
I
one.
make a production out of it. I strike off 2 Roman candles.
I can't see anything that's happening, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so if we were to apply these new standards to the movies that we picked,
At least we're all being held together.
yes,
I'll be in the front row, boys.
hexed.
Hex.
All right.
With curses and all.
Piss.
The Godfather, standard A, which is pretty much, we don't even have to go to any of the other standards. So standard A disqualifies due to racial and sexual identity and orientation. There's none of that. So it's like this piece that's about Italian Americans, well, Italians and Italian Americans and the crime, families and stuff like that. It's like, it offers a lot of philosophy and knowledge and how you are to lead. It doesn't apply. It doesn't qualify. That one's out. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Is that the Cookie Crisp commercial?
Starring Jack Nicholson
Chris.
and a young
Christopher Lloyd.
and Joe
Pete Jones.
Joe Pesci.
There's a lot of
Joe
people. in that
Pesci's
movie.
Not
in
Joe
it, is
Pesci.
he?
Fuck. Danny DeVito. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, they're both
the guy
ninjas.
that does the voice of and Chucky. He's in it too.
Ray Lee Oswald.
Brad.
Dorff.
Yes.
So this one doesn't qualify. Standard A disqualifies due to demographics because of I mean these are all actors.
Mostly white people.
You know everything's gonna not
Yes.
make it.
Rocky
Nowadays.
Standard A disqualifies due
Not
to
true.
demographics.
It's half black people.
It has it, but it's not 30%.
It's more than 30% because
it?
half the movie is about the African American side of the fight.
But he's only one black guy.
But his whole training staff is also African American.
That is true. His wife is African American.
And his training.
But nowadays, if they remade it, his wife would have to be Asian or something.
Like,
No, she's still black.
she's black,
That's how
missing,
the Creed movie.
missing an arm, and also lesbian. I'm your wife, but I like chicks. Go find him, Apollo.
You keep on ringing the bell again. Concentrate.
Get in there.
Oh my God, bro.
It's a good commercial.
That was actually a
Brisk,
good
baby.
Stallone.
Never mind. I'll say that. Okay, next.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
I am the law. I can't.
You know they made a new Expendables. I saw the trailer.
They're making another one.
Yeah, it has like what's
made
her
a
name?
second
Megan
one?
Fox and shit in it. It's like the fourth one.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Let's see. Okay, so
They also
Rocky
have the Wonka
Rocky
trailer. I
may
haven't watched
qualify. We'll say may qualify. Dances with Wolves also may qualify.
Indians.
Yes, but it's like
Native
it has
Americans.
to check it has to check 2 boxes. It's like you have one Native Americans.
But it's probably too stereotypical the way that
Right.
the Indians act, so that would probably be
Native
disqualified.
Americans.
Yeah. There's been a lot of like talk about that. It's like a lot of people were saying like, I hate those movies that like whitewash. It's like that's not whitewashing. It's pretty much a story. Like, and they say the same thing about like Last Samurai.
I mean,
It's
we're
like,
not talking about the Bible here. When
It's
we're
a
talking
relatively-
about whitewashing.
it's a similar.
Get it? Because
What do you want to say?
Arabic.
They're not taking over the thing. It's kind of like trying to mesh. It's like trying to apply some sort of piece from 2 different cultures.
Right.
But it's like
The Last Samurai. Nobody knows that movie, Justin, but probably me and you.
possibly.
And I don't know why I know that movie, but
High five.
it's good.
Is
We're talking
that-
about the Tom Cruise one, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say that Tom Cruise is the last samurai, right?
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
I think a
movie.
lot of people were trying to say, was it Last Ronin or 47 Ronin? Fuck, what is it? With Keanu Reeves. I'm like, Keanu Reeves is Asian. I mean, he's like Hawaiian, but yeah. Anyways,
You
Same
know,
thing.
And
the-
we're
the
canceled again.
Same thing, you know.
Silence
Asian,
of the
Hawaiian.
Lambs.
Islands, you know.
Standard A disqualifies Silence of the Lambs.
No, what's her name's a fucking lesbo.
Is she?
Jodie Foster?
Yeah,
She checks 1 box.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she checks
And
more
she's-
than 1 box.
Yeah, she's
like-
checking all the boxes.
She's like Alabaman, which is basically like
She
an
did that
immigrant.
at the Oscars,
That's
didn't
not-
she? Didn't she like basically fucking come out at the Oscars?
Possibly. What do you mean, Alabama? Like, is that like the mental disability?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
The Leprechaun?
No.
Yeah.
As a crackhead.
Oh,
And Buffalo Bill, he played a homosexual character, so representation.
I don't think
there.
he was homosexual. I think he was just like,
He's confused.
yes, hypersexual.
He doesn't identify. He's pansexual.
Hypersexual, but transgender.
I feel that movie gets away with. I think that movie.
No. The character did, but the actor doesn't.
Oh,
They're not
that's got to
talking
be the
about him.
actor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So still, Jodie Foster is checking boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
That was the joke.
That was
she
the
is.
Gladiator, disqualified.
Great porno.
It is. I do like a lot of those timepiece pornos.
Gladiator.
Nice.
You fucked up.
There it is.
John's like doing stand up over there, the way he's holding his microphone.
12 Years a Slave, qualified. Birdman, may or
Have
may
you guys
not
seen that
qualify.
movie, by the way?
I have not seen it.
I love
Birdman?
Birdman. Birdman.
Well,
is
not Birdman. I'm talking about
fantastic.
12 Years a Slave. Birdman.
I haven't seen either.
Nah.
I've only seen out of the 97 or 98 movies, I've only seen 40 of them.
Oh,
That's a bunch.
I didn't even count how many, but I know it definitely ain't that much.
I can tell you 1998, don't even look at it because that was bullshit.
Titanic, I forgot that one. 1998 Titanic.
Well,
Disqualified.
that's technically 97.
Huh?
It says 97 on here.
That's when it came out, but 98 was when
No, it was the 97 Academy Award.
No,
19.
no.
That's what it
You
says.
lie. You lie.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
It
I
might
was
have
in 8th grade when it came out, and that was 1998.
Either way, it disqualifies because there's nobody.
No, I was in 8th grade in 1998.
Yeah.
No, I
The first part.
The second part.
In The Shape of Water.
No, you weren't.
I guess-
Doesn't even make sense.
Does The Shape of Water qualify? I didn't get an answer on this one. I
I
guess.
don't know.
I mean, there's.
Yes, because it's representing lots
Well, it's
of different.
woman.
It's a woman and a fish monster.
So out of like those, what?
She's
12?
foreign too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's Ukrainian. I think
Something like that.
They don't count that as.
What?
They don't count that as.
It's not
I mean,
indigenous.
yeah.
And John, by the way, I was in 8th grade in 98 because in 98, I was in 8th grade, 99, 9th grade, I graduated.
No, that's what I was. Every year, that fall of 97, I started 7th
Nope.
grade.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
In 1st grade was
Girls.
91.
Why did I
Second grade,
graduate? What year did you graduate?
Girls.
92.
Exactly. So you were the second part. So you were the,
But I was still in 8th grade in 98.
yeah, in January through May.
Okay,
I get
go.
what you're saying. You
ahead.
were, and I agreed with you. You said the opposite.
Boys! Stop it now!
We'll bring it back.
Yes.
So out of like the
No.
12 movies or so,
John, I would.
only like 3 might qualify out of these timeless pieces, I would say. It's like a lot of these
Parasite.
That's why the Oscars is bullshit, and it's
I would agree.
not even worth watching.
I would agree.
because they don't
Back to
even
the Future is a bunch of bullshit.
they don't even do like
Adventures.
good movies. Like the movies that are nominated are just shit, and now I understand why. It's like
That's not on there.
Well, that year I was arguing about 97, 98. Well, the 71st Oscars, I'll just say that. Shakespeare in Love won that fucking thing. That movie is garbage. It lost to Saving Private Ryan lost to that movie.
Yeah.
You want to explain the math of this to me?
Like, what the fuck does that... I don't know. You can look at a lot of these. Good Will Hunting. Well, that was up against Titanic, I guess. That's
Yeah.
Well, it's like when it goes down to that, like the musical thing, when the Greatest Showman should have won every fucking category it was in, but it lost to like Coco, I think it was. And it's
Coco
just-
was amazing.
The Green Mile should have
Coco
beat
was
probably
awesome.
American Beauty as well.
Yeah.
You just don't appreciate Mexican culture.
You don't appreciate sideshows and freaks.
Oh my...
What is wrong with you tonight?
Chicago won it.
So, if you
What?
can't identify or empathize with a character because of their skin tone or even their sex, I think the problem is you. I think a lot of people, like when they watch certain things, it's like, I can't get onto this because they don't match the same complexion as me. It's like, you're
That's
the
what we're-
fucking racist,
That's
man.
what we're teaching the youth of today.
But a lot of people, they vie to like get their way for this. Like, we need more representation. It's like, dude, I fucking watch Boys in the Hood and I feel like I'm Cuba Gooding Jr. Like, I watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and they're not even people, and I feel like I identify with pretty much all of
Splinter.
them. That
Don't
too.
lie, it's Splinter.
It is probably Splinter on my lazy days. So
That new one looks good.
we are like 4 lesser pigmented people with Euro backgrounds in a sense. So if you go further back, what is are you more like an English? What are you?
Mhm.
All right.
50%.
Polish Jew. So I guess he's more African, I guess, if you want to count it. Has a Stanstein.
Yeah, my grandma's straight from England. She has like accent and everything. She's terrible.
Whatever.
Hate her.
My grandma died.
Your grandmama?
In the Great Fire of 1994 that supposedly started when a chipmunk fell into a can of kerosene, setting the whole block ablaze west of Newton's hardware store. So, but yeah, we're lesser pigmented people.
Are you European?
No, I was a poopin'.
He's afraid.
He said you were African.
Oh no, I'm far from that. I'm translucent. How could I be African?
Because that's where the
He called us like, what'd you call us? Something of European descent.
Lesser. We're more of like a deeper,
lighter.
If you go
skin,
further down, yeah, lighter pigmented.
Oh,
peoples and Jews started
the
around like
chosen people.
Careful.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
The chosen people.
The chosen one.
Although the people who rep it as the chosen people who read the certain book don't claim that they're the chosen people because they don't follow the scripture of that book. So it's like, well, that book came after.
The chosen people go by the right book. The people who don't believe that they're the chosen ones go by the made up book.
Gotcha.
That believe in the fictional sky genie.
There's
a visible sky genie.
There's a lot of people who I've had conversations with who are like, you've always had all these movies. It's like, no, I don't. Like, all of us, even though we're lesser pigmented people, it's like we're not the same people. It's like we have different cultures or how we were raised. There are certain similarities because it's more of a human existence or human condition that we can certain TV shows or media and stuff like that. Like maybe not you because you didn't grow up with a TV because you were like powder or something like that. So, but it's like
I grew up with all the necessities a child needed. Dirt.
We probably had
a stick and a hula hoop.
I had a stick and a piece of rope. I was good.
Different friend groups or probably even spoke different languages or something like in the house. Did you guys was it mostly English? Is it always English?
It was all English.
Okay.
A little bit of English here and there.
Is there some Francois in there?
No.
You guys weren't that far in Canada?
No.
In Canada?
No French.
All right. But a lot of people were like, yeah, you've already had these movies. Like, no, I've had, when it comes to Disney movies or Disney princesses and stuff, I've never had a Disney princess I can identify with. I mean, I only have one movie, which is Luca, which, when it comes to all the English, princes and all this, it's like, that's not my people. I don't identify with anything like that. And I'm pretty sure you didn't identify anything like that growing up either. But it's either way, I can.
Also, I wasn't rich and a prince.
True. It's I was fucking poor playing with my junk. I was lucky.
Holy shit.
Luckily, I was a boy, or else I wouldn't have anything to play with. Shit.
Oh, damn.
My canoe would have sunk years ago.
I get what you're saying, though. Just because they have the same skin color of us doesn't mean we fucking identify with those people.
Right. And I usually feel like I don't.
So we can all identify with James Holmes, the shooter, because we're white.
You know what?
And
you know
have
what the
mental
difference
problems.
is? He drunk water. We drink water.
Fuck, man.
Speak for yourself. I drink fucking Powerade.
That's what they want you to think. Powerade. But no, so I think when they focus more on inclusivity or demographics or whatever, that pulls from the story writing. That pulls from the storytelling.
Yeah.
It's most things flop when you try to.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, am I coming out? I'm sorry. Sorry. Ugh. Most things flop when you're trying to focus on a character's, not necessarily their backstory, but their demographic.
When you're not choosing somebody because of their talent, you're choosing somebody because of what they look like.
Fit the
not
profile.
just for sure, not just as an actor, but as the character of a story that you're trying to produce or create, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I don't have too much more from this. I do have something for you guys.
Can't wait till they make Abe Lincoln black.
There.
They're going to. Sandra Bullock was supposed
Idris
to play.
Elba could probably play.
Possibly.
I would watch that.
But can Idris Elba kill vampires?
No.
You're going from the history of actually.
So here's my concession with this.
I never saw
If
that
this
movie,
is
though.
a thing that Hollywood is choosing to do, the standards of actors need to go up immensely.
I would agree.
The standards I would say right now for actors is at best a 3. If this is something that Hollywood is choosing to do, the standard of actors needs to minimum be a 6. And that's with representation groups. Nice.
Sorry.
That's with acting schools, acting agents, everything needs to elevate the game.
Right.
And that doesn't matter if you're white, if you're Hispanic, if you're African American, if you're Asian American, if you're any race color, creed, religious group, sexual orientation, if they're changing the standards of what qualifies as a good movie, you need to change the standards of what qualifies as a good actor.
I would agree. I think that also kind of applies like in the work zone too, because they do the same thing of trying to make a certain quota. It's like they need this amount of this person. It's like, you're still doing it. You're still saying like, you don't need somebody who's good. You just need somebody who looks the part. It's like, isn't that in itself like racist or sexist or whatever? It's like it's I don't know if that we're having the right discussions around these sorts of topics, or at least the loudest ones. It seems to kind of like null out the actual substance. And that's what we're removing, is we're removing substance. It's like, if you want to hire somebody because they look like a certain way or identify a certain way, are you hiring it directly because that, or that they are proficient in the skills that you're hiring them for? That should be more important. So despite the actor, however they identify or what they look like, it's like, are they good? Can they fulfill the role? Can they emote the emotion? Can they carry the scene? But yeah, I do have some gifts for you guys. So if you look behind you, you see that the Oscars, some of the Oscars are on there. They're like scratch off movie little things there.
My aunt got me one of those for Christmas, but it's horror movies.
Oh, gotcha. There are some horror movies in there. I feel like I should have got a blank one for John, and then he can just like put the ones that he haven't seen back on there, because he's going to have to do a lot of scratching, I'm sure.
What?
You got to scratch these off.
What?
As you watch them, you scratch them off. Thanks, Justin.
Well, I went through a phase where I screenshotted the IMDb top 50, because based on the movies, it changes all the time. And I went from watching like 38 of them to 106 of them, or, something in like one summer. Like, it was crazy.
That's pretty crazy. They give you the thumbtacks for it too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
I didn't get the thumbtacks.
And a guitar pick for that's a scratch off.
I got thumbtacks, bitch.
I did. They were in there.
So what is this?
Open it up.
I don't want to take it out.
It's what's on the wall over there.
Yeah, I can't see that. I'm blind.
Open your mouth.
It tells you the movie. Once you watch it, you scratch it off and it reveals the poster of it.
Oh. Well, I don't. You have that many scratched off.
Why are you gay?
So, in what
your new favorite soundbite, isn't it?
Going off of your topic there, thank you again, by the way.
Yeah, this is amazing. Thank
you.
You just leave a tip on the way out on the nightstand.
Can I leave the whole thing?
$14.99. Fuck. Okay, it's a big tip. So
5 inches is big, and
we should discuss this here, and I'm being serious with this.
There's some TV shows, but most of them are movies.
Excuse me.
I think they've selected certain tops or whatever, but it's kind of interesting, I thought.
So I had told you about my idea of doing the awards or whatever, the annual haunted house awards in Omaha. And like none of the haunted house owners got back to me except for one, but they all read the message. My original idea
was bitter.
It pisses me off. Like, that's just kind of fucked up. But my original thought was to do like an Oscars in Omaha, where we have filmmakers submit feature length, and we can even have like a short film little section too. And then we have a small committee of like 8 to 12 people that, like John, I would have be one of them, even Lonnie, like to watch the films and stuff like that. And we have like best actress, best actor, best supporting role, best this, best that, best film, and have like some awards to give out, and have it be an annual thing.
You want to give out awards? What if Art the Clown figures or finds this out?
Well, they got to be within Omaha, like
Art the
in
Clown
the Nebraska area.
He still hasn't gotten his. David Howard Thorne still hasn't got his award for winning 2-3 years ago.
Well, I probably have to go through his manager now. But I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a fun thing to do, where we get filmmakers in the area together for something like that. And it kind of would give the sense of competition, friendly competition. Like, oh, well, if this is something they do annually, like it might inspire people to make more films more frequently than they do.
Are you talking about us?
I'm just talking about it in general. I mean, there's a lot of people that are filmmakers in the area. It's like, think it'd be fun to get everybody together to do something like that and make a night of it. Yeah, I know there's, for those that didn't see Justin squint, what's the word?
I smiled.
Yeah, he basically did Bewitched, how she scrunches her nose. That's what I was going with.
Don't put me on blast.
I did. Well, that was vetoed. So anyways, next topic.
I like the idea. I just don't know. I mean, like, I am very appreciative of like the Flatwater Film Festival, which is primarily out of Lincoln.
Different though.
But yeah,
we have plenty of film festivals. We don't have like film awards.
Again, when it comes to like awards, it seems as though you're saying you're placing something over the other.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, but
Why not?
think that will bring a lot of hate, I guess.
There's already hate.
Oh yeah, but still, if you're going to submit something, you should expect some sort of hate for it. If you're going to put your shit out in the ether, like, you should expect some sort of hate.
Well, I already got
it.
hate on the Mystery Manor trailer, and I don't give a shit about that. But
I know that person's already in the movie.
From who?
I'm not going to discuss it on air, but
why not?
Because I know this person is could possibly be listening. So
no,
I'm sorry.
John's a fuckface.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Pause the episode.
No, your face got fucked.
Pause the episode. Who's giving hate?
Almost a year ago. A year ago in a couple.
Ooh, we should celebrate.
Prior worker.
By throwing fireworks.
Oh, is that crazy person?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I that's not who I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's somebody else.
Who are you
talking about? I'm totally. I'm not going to talk about.
I'm cutting this all out.
I don't trust that bullshit because there was something that
one
was
time
said like not like a year or so ago, and I said, "Be sure to cut this out."
You did not say that.
Bullshit.
You probably didn't.
And luckily, it was one of the few episodes I listened to, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" He left it in here.
You can listen to clit and stuff all over the store.
Hey, I was getting us more listeners, which is what we need. So,
who is it?
When we're done recording, I'll tell.
I'm cutting this whole area out.
But yeah, I had to with that chick. I had to nicely, professionally, just put her in her place and tell her to stop with the bullshit.
You said bitch.
Yeah.
You said stop that crazy bitch.
She's commenting on thing and messages me the screenshot of it. And she's just like, I don't even know her. I was like, I'll handle it. I was like, don't worry. I'm not going to like say your name or anything like that. So I messaged her and I told her, I was just like, look, I'm sorry you feel the way you do about the Mystery Manor project. But I said, I just ask that you please stop responding negatively on people's posts about it. I just said, we had 2 audition dates for anybody in Mystery Manor that was an actor or actress there to audition. And you had plenty notice to take off of work and be there. And it was just like, even if you couldn't make those dates, could have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm very interested in doing this, and set something up privately to come do that. But it's like, you didn't do any of that. So I was like, you have no one basically to blame but yourself. And I just told her that, a lot of people put a lot of time, effort, and hard work into this, all in the name of cementing Mystery Manor's name in history and cementing Wayne Seeley's legacy. And I just said, so it's your choice if you're going to support the movie or not. But I just asked that you stop spreading negative things on people's posts about it. And I just said, you're a nice lady. I enjoy talking to you when you come into my work. But I just said
almost a year ago, she was like, I'm over it. This is done. And then just a week ago or so, she's not over it.
Yeah. And I did this in a private message. I could have easily done it on post, and so everybody could see it, but I did it professionally. I was very nice. She read it instantaneously and hasn't said anything. So either she's finally clicking like, oh yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong, or she's just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, we would never post this for the public, like on a podcast or anything. Totally.
I guess I'm going to have to make a point to listen to this one.
If you enjoyed this podcast, well, that's not all. Stay tuned next week for the continuation of this episode, whenever these things come out. Shalom.